Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Kyle Busch have a history. It came to a head at the 2008 spring race in Richmond when the driver who had left Hendrick Motorsports and was in his first year with Joe Gibbs Racing battled for the lead on the inside of the driver who had left Dale Earnhardt Incorporated and was in his first year with HMS. The number 18 got loose and slid into the side of the number 88 car, sending it into the outside wall and unleashing a cascade of boos from the stands. The next Cup Series visit back to the track in the fall, Earnhardt paid Busch back. The pair talked about the Richmond rivalry several years ago on the Dale Jr. download.
I hate confrontation in any form, and I try to avoid it at all costs. I like everybody to be happy, but that's not going to be the way it is on the racetrack and in that environment. But I felt this pressure, like if I didn't do something, that I was going to always be labeled as this. He's not his daddy. He's not, you don't stand up for himself. I mean, Kyle had said all these things, or, the Dover comment, things like that. It's like, man, I got to do something if it's there in front of me. And luckily, left front tire locked. And that was like I got in there too hard, my bad.
In the same conversation, Earnhardt also bluntly told the driver he didn't appreciate what he did after the race.
I think the one thing that bugged me was, and this was just you at that age, was when you were in front of a microphone, the things that you would say. And I'm like, God, it's awkward enough as it is that everything that happened between me and you in 2007, then the exchange of teams and where you went, where I went, and all those things that happened. But it was when you would get out of the car, I'd go, if it was just, hey, man, that was racing, but you wouldn't. You would get out of the car and go, I don't care.
While that was certainly the most memorable conflict between the pair, Jr. admitted on the Bussin with the Boys podcast there was another more recent run-in that received less publicity but sent him through the roof.
We were at Phoenix, and this is around
PIR.
Yeah, this is around 2014. Things aren't going well for me. I'm having a down year, pretty frustrating year, and it's practice. I'm going down the back straightaway, and I'm slowing down and coming into the pits, and I get to the apron, and Kyle's behind me, and he's coming by, and I guess I was too close to the racetrack. He didn't like where I was at, and he didn't like something about
sounds petty.
What I did.
Yeah,
he flipped me the bird.
Oh, in the car.
Yeah, out the window
through the net.
Yeah, he sticks it out in front of the net like this. He's like, I debriefed with my team, and I'm frustrated with my car. It's just been a bad season, and then that happened, and I'm gonna go to my hauler, and I see his hauler, and I'm like, I'm going in there.
Oh.
And if he's in there, I'm gonna confront him about it. And I walked up into his hauler, which is an 18-wheeler trailer, and you walk to the very front of the trailer, and there's a lounge, and in the lounge is Kyle and his crew chief, and I know his crew chief.
2v1.
And I said, Kyle, if you ever flip me off again, I'm gonna rip your head off, and I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna beat the hell out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Since Earnhardt retired and the pair had their 2018 meeting on his podcast, they have reportedly been on good terms. Those smooth waters could potentially be in jeopardy after Earnhardt went on a rant this week on his podcast over Busch's behavior at Darlington. Earnhardt initially defended the driver for his strange move and parking his car on pit road.
We don't know really how badly damaged Kyle's car was. Maybe he knew that he was not going to be able to make the turn into the garage without doing a 7-point turn. And so he decided just to leave it right there and get out. I don't see, I feel like big freaking deal. He parked his car on pit road and got out.
Earnhardt said based on the in-studio reaction to his comments, he was in the minority, and most assumed Busch was just displaying his oft-repeated petulant behavior, including Clint Boyer, who called him out and said during the broadcast how he didn't like the move. Earnhardt expressed why he finds it so surprising that people are up in arms about Busch's behavior is because this is the norm. This is who Kyle Busch is, and he's been enabled throughout his entire career by multiple parties.
Here's why I feel the way I feel. It doesn't bother me. Of course, parking your car in the middle of pit road is not good, but it's because Kyle Busch did it that it doesn't bother me. He does these things, and this is the way Kyle is. And I'll be honest, everybody has let him off the hook his entire career. In all of the moments when he has been blatantly obnoxious or made bad decisions, I'd say 90% of the time he gets a pass because, he's passionate. He hates to lose. He's blown. How many post-race interviews has he blown off?
Right.
Disappeared.
Right.
Why are we all in an uproar over this? We have accepted this for all these years. Why are we all of a sudden, what the hell, Kyle? How could you do that, Kyle?
The NASCAR Hall of Famer said it's too late in the game to change and start putting his feet to the fire. And then he said the media is largely to blame.
I feel like that the media, and that's a big word, that's a broad stroke, right? I feel like that they have some responsibility all the time in whether people are held accountable for whatever, right? And I think for Kyle, a lot of times when he would do things, he got a pass. Or, majority of the media would give him a pass and say, man, he's just passionate. He just hates to lose. And that will really, you can't fault the guy for being so emotional. So I don't see what the big uproar is over this. It's who he is. It's what he does, and big deal.
While Earnhardt said the media has enabled Busch's behavior through the years, he said the driver was completely out of line in an incident with reporters a few weeks ago.
Giving these little sound bites. He gives us a sound bite. He goes, they ask him, what happens? He goes, bye. Right? And then he goes, and then everybody writes about that, and then he goes, makes his shirt that says clickbait. It's like, wait, man, you can't have both ways. Like, you said something quite profound, and right. You can't say that that's clickbait. You the one that said it.
You are the clickbait.
You are the one that made it clickbait.
Busch is celebrating the birth of his second child this week and is unquestionably focused on other priorities. However, when he does return to the track, he might get wind of Earnhardt's comments, and when he does, he may not be happy about it and might share his thoughts with the media. Or, even better, he could make a return visit to the Dale Jr. download for a must-listen conversation.